Good evening, this is your host Trevor on another episode on New York Podcast. We're going to talk about some New York City news. First, we're going to talk about the Knicks, Mania, and the NBA Finals. Madison Square Garden is bracing for absolute chaos as New York Knicks head to the NBA Finals. The hype ticket prices on the secondary market are skyrocketing to record high as fans anticipate the historic series. President Trump announced on Wednesday that he expects to attend at least one of the final games at MSG, adding an extra layer of security and media attention to the Garden. Like, why would he want to do that? Dude, just stay in D.C. Next, we're going to talk about the World Cup ticketing investigation. The Attorney General of New York and New Jersey have officially subpoenaed FIFA over World Cup ticketing practices at MetLife Stadium for the upcoming 2026 tournament. The issue, the probe is focusing on deceptive seat assignments, phased tickets releases, and variable pricing that alleged misled consumers and artificially drove up prices. The contrast. This comes right after Mayor Zohran Madani administration managed to secure 1,000 World Cup tickets for New York City residents at a heavily discounted rate of $50, prompting New Jersey officials to demand similar low-cost options for their residents. City Hall and local politics. Mayor Zohran Madani, just a few months into his administration, continues to generate major headlines with bold policy shift and local pushbacks. Israel parade controversial. Mayor Madani announced he would not be attending the upcoming Israel parade. He is the first New York City mayor to skip the annual event since 1964, sparking intense public debate and protests near Gracie Mansion from critics announcing his administration are failing to protect Jewish New Yorkers. The Pedia tax. The administration is pushing forward with the newly announced luxury tax, which will place an annual surcharge on secondary homes and condos via over $5 million owned by out-of-city residents. It's projected to bring in a $500 million annually to help close the city's budget gap. Now we move on to public safety and infrastructure. Shipyard fire ruled accidental. Authorities have determined that the devastating explosion and fire at Staten Island shipyard last week, which tragically killed one person and injured over 30 others, was accidentally triggered by the ignition of flammable vapors. The Midtown manhole tragedy. Public scrutiny remains high on Con Edison following the death of a 56-year-old woman who stepped out of a car and plunged 10 feet to her death in an uncovered Midtown manhole. Con Edison claims a turning truck dislodged the heavy cover just 12 minutes before the accident. The family and attorneys are pointing out a lack of safety barriers. Legionnaires' disease probe. The New York City Department of Health has launched an investigation into the East Village apartment complex after 2 residents were diagnosed with Legionnaire's disease over the past year. Now we talk about the culture and lifestyle. Cat's Deli expands for the first time since 1949. The legendary Cat's Delicatessen has officially reopened its historic long-shuttered secret side dining rooms to customers to help accommodate the massive daily crowds. This is all on this news for today. For more information, please follow us on Spotify and our YouTube channel. And you can also search us in the Google search engine at New York Podcasts. AdventoustoursNY is teaming up with Digital Bimpe for Nigerian tours and other African countries to come. Contact Digital Bimpe at bimpe2011@gmail.com. It will also be in the link. As well, you can also contact AdventoustoursNY as well for those tours and also New York City tours. You can contact AdventoustoursNY at adventtoursny@gmail.com. To the next story, this is Jeff, your host, New York Podcast. Have a wonderful evening.